Assalamualaikum and good morning, students. Welcome back to our maths lesson. For today, Thursday, 20th January, we are going to learn on comparing and ordering numbers. So let's have a look at example 1, where we want to compare 342 and the number 345. To know which one is smaller between the two numbers, we have to compare the very first digit of each number. So in this case, we have 300 for both number. So since we have the same hundreds, we have to look at the tens. So here we have 4 tens. Below here we also have 4 tens. So again, the tens are the same. We cannot compare to see which one is smaller. So then we have to look at the ones. Here we have 2 ones and below here we have 5 ones. So 2 ones is smaller than 5 ones, which means 342 is smaller than 345. So now in example 2, we want to compare the number 235 and 146, and we want to know which one is greater. So first, let's compare the hundreds because it is the very first digit for both number. So here for 235, we have 200s, and 146, we have 100s. So the hundreds are different. 200 is greater than 100. Therefore, based on the hundreds, we know now that 235 is greater than 146. So let's have a look at example 3, where we want to compare for A, 233 and 333, and we place it in place value chart tables. Why do we place in place value chart table? This is to make it easier for us to compare the two numbers given in hundreds, tens, and ones. So let's have a look at this one. Here, the very first digit for the given numbers in the hundreds, we have 200 here, and for 333, we have 300s. So from these two numbers, we know that the hundreds are different. 200 is smaller than 300. Therefore, we know now 233 is smaller than 333. So now let's have a look at the second example, for example 3, where we want to compare 715 and 709. And I place both numbers in place value charts where we have hundreds, tens, and ones. So for us to compare, we have to look at the very first digit of both numbers, which is in hundreds, the digit 7. Since the hundreds are the same, we have to look at the tens, where we have 1 tens versus 0 tens. 1 tens is greater than 0 tens. So from here, in the tens, we know now 715 is greater than 709. So now, let's compare 479 and 497. Again, I put both numbers in place value charts to make it easy for us to compare which one is smaller and which one is greater. So the very first digit for both numbers in hundreds is 4, and it is the same. So we cannot compare to see which one is smaller or greater. So we move to looking at the tens, where we have 7 tenths versus 9 tenths. The tens are different, where 7 tenths is smaller than 9 tenths. Therefore, now we know 479 is smaller than 497. So your task for today will be page 5 of your HLP. Okay, I want you to stick the paper into your A5 book labeled classwork, and I want you to do all of the questions given in page 5. You see, you are given the numbers and you have to fill in with greater than or smaller than. So let's say in example A, we have 256 compared to 246. From here, you can see that the numbers in hundreds are both 2. Since it is the same, we compare the tens, where we have 5 tens versus 4 tens. So 5 is greater than 4. So we write down here 256 is greater than 246. Now, I want you to do the remaining questions and make sure you do all of the questions. That is all for today, and I will see you in the lesson next week.